Yeah, I'll say it again. You don't need a new fancy affirmation to change your life. This affirmation, come on, this day. Okay. Oh, yep. Come on. I got to give everybody a chance. I got to give everybody a chance. Come on. I see you coming off of mute. I just want to give everybody a chance to get to the mirror. Come on. You got about 10 seconds to get to your mirror. And if you don't know the affirmation, it's okay. We got some consistent community members that remember. We have some disciplined ones that remember. And so come on, we got about 5 seconds. Get into your mirror. Get into your, if you say it and you don't see yourself when you're saying it, it could be anybody saying it. But when your eyes see your mouth moving, it's like, whoa, that's me saying that. It activates something. And so come on, you ready? You ready? Come on, I'm going to give us this countdown. You should know the affirmation by now. It's been 23 days. And so come on from mute so we can say it together. In three, in two, in one.
I will
I will
form
form
good
good
And
habits
good
habits
and
and
habits
become
and
become
become
their
their
slave.
slave.
and
slave.
become their slave.
Okay,
I will
okay.
form
All
good
right,
habits
I
and
heard,
become a
I heard
slave.
you, but I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if you said it with conviction. I don't know if you really are ready to form good habits and become their slave. And so this one ain't about anybody else but you. Come on, act like you're not on the call with anybody. Act like it's just you in the mirror. And when you say it this time, I want you to act like you already got the habits formed. I want you to act like you already did this thing. Come on, can you do that for me? Come on, you ready? And three, and two, and one.
I
I
I will
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 form good
form
form
habits
good
good
and become their
habits
habits
slave.
and
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 become
become
their
their
become
slave.
their
slave.
slave.
Oh, come on. Okay, okay. All right, I think I believe you guys. But just do me a favor because somebody might not be able to hear. And so into the chat, after 23 days, what habit have you formed? What I know you're gonna form the good. What habit have you formed? We got 23 days. So have you been doing anything for 23 days? Have you got a habit formed yet? Come on, talk to me in the chat. This is where vulnerability and transparency takes over. Like, nope, I keep saying I'm gonna form a good habit, but after I look at my 23 days, I don't have one yet. I'm just asking you because if you do something for 23 days, it's kind of hard. Okay. All right, let me not even go there. Yep, let me just give you a second. I'm looking into the chat. Yeah, what is the good habit? What is the good habit? The good habit is I'm trying to buy a house. And so guess what I'm going to? I'm going to classes. That's a habit. The good habit is I'm trying to get a degree. And so I'm studying. That's a habit. The good habit is I'm trying to lose weight. And so I'm in the gym drinking water. That's a habit. I'm just okay. Let me stop so you can go. Yeah, I know you sitting over there taking all the habits. I'm saying, no, no, no. This is your life. And so what's your habit? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just gotta talk to me. Yeah, I'm looking. We got over 30 on the call. I'm looking for 30 in the chat. And watch this, guys. Watch this. Because I don't want to run out of time. Watch this. Do me a favor. Jump over to Luke chapter 14, verse 28. Yep, Luke chapter 14, verse 28. So we can watch how this dynamic word works. Yep, come on. So we can watch how this dynamic word works. Hmm. Yeah, when you're there, just type that Bible verse for me. Come on, I'm trying to give everybody a chance. I know you guys were just went from typing your habit. Now we got to type a Bible verse. I know, so I'm trying to slow down a little bit. I know everybody's thumbs or pointer fingers. Yeah, come on, just talk to me. Dynamic. Yep, Saint Luke, the gospel. Saint Luke, chapter 14, verse 28. And if I could just remind you this week, what we've been talking about is how the dynamic word shows us how to steward finances. And so, Shannon, every day I've been sharing a Bible verse that transformed my life while I was incarcerated. And I shared these principles that changed me. And so I'm hoping that you guys are here. Just type this word for me for transformation, not for theories, not things that I've read in a book and forgot, right? Principles that I had to live with nothing but time, truth, and consequence. Yeah, when everything was stripped away, when there was no money, there was no movement. Can I be honest? There wasn't even any distractions. What's left is what actually works. And one of the most life-altering scriptures I encountered was this of Luke 14, 28, 29. And so since you guys are there, let me go ahead and read this. I'm reading from the King James Version this morning. And we see that it's a verse. So Jesus is talking to us, Luke 14 at verse 28. For which of you intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it. Less haply after he hath laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. Bless his word. And so what we see is, for which of you intended to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost? You see, when I encountered this in jail, I didn't have a tower, I didn't have a bank account, I didn't even have options, but I did have a life to rebuild. And what I learned is this: incarceration doesn't just expose bad decisions, it exposes uncounted costs. Yeah, come on, somebody should just scream right there. Uncounted costs, uncounted costs. And so this verse didn't just teach me how to follow Christ, it taught me how to live free long before those doors opened. And so watch this, watch this. Number one, what number one? Sit down first. Sit down first. That's what the Bible says. Because you guys see that right there? Sit down first. You see, what prison really taught me was stillness. Yeah, Jesus doesn't say, does he not first sit down? I'm sorry, Jesus does say, yeah, does he? Yeah, that part got me. Jesus says, does he not first sit down to count the cost? And so what prison forced me to do was to sit down, but most people on the outside never do. Yeah, in the world, we move fast, and what moving fast does is it avoids thinking. And in confinement, you can't move fast, and so you think because you can't. And so here's the truth. Most of our financial, relational, and spiritual problems began because we never stopped long enough to be honest. Okay. All right. Yeah. We never stopped long enough to be honest. And so the biblical principle is transformation starts when excuses end. Oh God. All right, Vanessa, they're gonna run me off the call, and that's okay. All right, okay. So if you haven't experienced transformation yet, check your excuses. Yeah, because we can't have both. And so transformation begin. Okay, all right. And so watch this, guys. Watch this. Let's take off for the day. Let's take off. Here goes the first principle, the sit down principle. The sit down principle. And I want you to understand, because the Bible says you have not sat down first. And so a lot of us fall into that category. Come on, we're talking about finances, and we talk about our finances, and people say they want to make more money. And if I would say how much more, they don't have a number. They don't have an idea. They just know they want to make more. And God's like, you haven't even calculated to know what I should bless you with. Sit down first. And so watch this. Watch this. One uninterrupted hour per week. Yeah, I want to make sure. I want to make sure that you can do this. Is anybody on the call? Come on, jump into the chat, talk back to me. Come on, don't let me talk to myself. Is there anybody here that can't do that for 1 hour? There's 168 hours a week. For 1 hour, can you just sit down with no phone, no noise, no denial? Can you just sit? Come on, I'm looking. Come on, I see us. Because somebody's going to say, I can't. Come on, Dale, I feel you. Come on. Thank you for your honesty. I feel you. Come on. And so watch this. Watch this. Because we're not just sitting down to sit down. I want you to sit down. I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. Yep. So if you're not in a place or space to write this down, make sure you come rewatch the video. Number 1, where am I really at? Not where do I want people to think I'm at? Not where am I trying to get to? Where am I really at financially? Where am I really at in my goals? Where am I really at in my life? Where am I really at? Number 2, how did I get here? I didn't just wake up in debt. I didn't just wake up trying to figure out how to pay bills. How did I get here? And number 3, what am I avoiding counting? What am I avoiding counting? You see, freedom doesn't begin with action. It begins with truthful stillness. And so be still and ask yourself these questions. And do me a favor. Do you guys remember we're talking about money? And so let me bring this out of the spiritual realm and just put it right into the real world for you. If you want to increase your money, you need to know where your money goes. You need to sit down and figure out some type of budget. I'm not saying you got to be the world's best accountant, but where does your money go? How did you end up in this financial position? Where are you trying to get to? When's the last time you sat down? Okay. All right. Now watch this. 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 Because this one gets me excited. It says count the cost. Count the cost. And I know some of us, we were never good at counting. Yeah, in grade school, we struggled with math because we weren't good at counting. But do me a favor, you got to get better. Yeah, prison makes you do the math on your life. Yeah, I don't know if you understand that or not. When you sit in prison, you start doing the math. Yeah, I told people when I got out of prison, it was simple math for me. I had 3.5 years to walk up of parole. And during those 3.5 years, if I got caught doing something and sent back to jail, not only would I have to redo those 3.5 years, they would add time onto that. The math just didn't matter for me. I didn't have 5 years of my life to get back away. And so, what I need you to understand, Jesus doesn't say feel the cost. Jesus says count the cost. Yeah, come on. Counting is unemotional. Counting is honest. Counting doesn't negotiate with ego. Come on, you got to hear this. Nick, it blows my mind. People will look at their bank account and still not act like they're broke. Counting the cost, you got to be honest. It's not about your emotion or what you're trying. This is where I'm at. And watch this. In prison, I had to count the cost of shortcuts. I had to count the cost of my impulses. I had to count the cost of the money that I didn't manage. And I got to get you to this. You need to understand this. The cost of thinking, I'll figure it out later. Everything in your life has a cost. And so this is what hit me. Every uncounted cost eventually sends an invoice. Okay. All right. Let me give you the biblical principle. Yeah, that was the TP principle. Every uncounted cost usually sends an invoice. The biblical principle is God never punishes us with consequences. We punish ourselves by ignoring wisdom. What's that? What's that mean, Tavon? How many of us know or heard before we should have a budget? Track your spending. Know where your dollars go. Let your money work for you, not you work for your money. You see, we know the information. What happens is we punish ourselves by ignoring it. Oh God. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. So number two, the cost inventory. The cost inventory. What decisions are costing me daily peace? What habits are costing me future freedom? What financial choices are costing me credibility? And as you think about that, I want you to understand something. If you can't name the cost, you can't change the behavior. And so as we continue in this text, it said enough to finish. You don't sit down first and make sure that you have enough to finish before you start. And see, incarceration taught me something important. It taught me sustainability over emotions. You see, Jesus asked whether he has enough to finish it. Prison stripped me of emotional spending. There's no lifestyle inflation. There's no pretending. And so you learn quickly, starting strong means nothing if you can't sustain discipline. Ouch. Come on, Miss Gwen. I'm talking to somebody on this call right now. I ain't gonna call their names. Starting strong means nothing if you don't have the discipline to sustain the effort. And so guess what that means biblically? God is more interested in who you're becoming than what you're starting. Jesus. Oh, come on. And as humans, we get excited about the start point. And so this applies to budgets. This applies to sobriety. This applies to business. This applies to relationships. This applies. And then watch this. The finish line test. The finish line. Do you not sit down and plan to make sure that you'll have enough to finish? And so the finish line test. Yeah, watch this. Before any decision, this is what I want you to start asking yourself. Come on, Nick. Today is really good. Justin, today is really good because I'm not just giving the biblical stuff. I'm giving specific things that I began to do after I learned this biblical principle. And so the finish line test, the sit still test is when you sit down and you do the planning, you do the thinking. But then the finish line test, right? This before, not after, not during, before. Before, before any decision, I want to teach you guys to begin to ask, can I maintain this for 12 months? Oh, come on, Ans. They didn't hear me. Can I maintain this? Yeah, I'm going to start going to the gym. Can you do that for 12 months? I'm going to start saving $50. Can you do that for 12? I'm going to start going to school. Can you see yourself doing that for 12 months? Because I know that you'll start it and do it for a week. I know that you may do it for a month. Can you see yourself doing it for 12 months? Now watch this. Does this create pressure or peace? And will this make obedience easier or harder? Yeah, one thing I had to learn, Dale, if it can't be sustained, it's not wisdom, it's adrenaline. Mhm. Okay. All right, somebody missed it. Somebody, if it can't be sustained, it's not wisdom, it's okay. Yep. Yep, it's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. It's adrenaline. And so watch this, guys, because I see the time. I see the time. I want to go from information to transformation. Yeah, because it said lest they mock him. Jesus says unfinished towers invite mockery. Yeah, and so in prison, mockery wasn't verbal, it was internal. It was regret, it was shame, it was I should have known better. And here's the revelation: mockery is not God's punishment, it's reality revealing weak foundations. And so what I learned is stewardship protects your future. If stewardship protects your future. And so watch this, guys. I gotta prepare to get us out of here. I know I gave us some tangible things to do to help our financial future. But here's the hidden message of Luke 14. And prison made this really clear. In the Bible, it's never about money. Do me a favor, type these two words. It's about stewardship and ownership. Jesus assumes you're responsible. He assumes you're capable. He assumes you're accountable. And in prison, I learned victim thinking keeps you stuck, even when doors are open. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. And so, in other words, God restores people who take responsibility faster than those who ask for sympathy. Luke 14, Jesus is saying, don't blame the tower, don't blame the tools, don't blame the time, and count the cost and build differently. And so, watch this, guys. Watch this. I know I got to get us out of here. But this time, come on, just do me a favor. Let me make sure you guys are still here with me. Come on, I just seen you type stewardship and ownership. Just type this last thing. Just type this last thing. Just type this last thing. This time I build different. This time I build different. This time I will build different. This time, oh God, this time. Yeah, come on, I see it. I see it. Listen to me closely. Listen to me closely. Come on, who do I see in this chat? Come on, listen to me closely, Tayana. Listen to me closely, Colette and Michelle. Listen to me closely, Anya and Dale. Come on, Celia, Toy, and Deborah. Come on, y'all talking back to me. I want you to make sure that you listen to me closely. You're not here by accident. You didn't survive what you survived to repeat and escape. And some of you guys are like me. I counted the cost from a cell. Some of you guys are counting it right now with your freedom on the line. And this is where Luke 14 forces us to face. This is the moment. This is the truth that you got to look in the mirror and face. God is not impressed by what you start. He's watching to see if you finish. So you don't need more motivation. You need a new way of building. The old way was emotion over wisdom. The old way was impulse over instruction. The old way said, I'll figure it out later. And the later always sends a bill. And when the bill comes, we act like we didn't know it was going to come. We act like we're surprised by the bill. Today, that cycle ends. Why? Because builders don't rush. Builders sit down. Builders count the cost. Builders finish what they start. And so let me say this plainly. You are not disqualified by your past. You were trained by it. The lessons learned in confinement, the discipline, the structure, all of those things, they weren't wasted years. That was not wasted time. They were blueprints. Oh, God. Come on, they were blueprints. And so do me a favor. Don't leave here feeling confused and confusing freedom with recklessness. Build slow, build wise, build with margin, but you need accountability. Oh, God, watch this, watch. Okay, okay, I got to get us out of here. I got to go. I got to go. Watch this, watch this. When life tries to rush you, when pressure says move now, remember the words of Jesus. Sit down, count the cost, and finish strong. Guys, let me